Hi, I'm Tom. I am the retirement home gigging coach, and I make a full-time living playing retirement homes and coaching musicians who want to make a living playing retirement homes, or even just want to do it part-time and have the best part-time job you can have. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. And this is a newer channel. I'm going to be putting up a lot of information on just getting retirement home gigs and getting paid for these gigs that are just great to have. They're great additions to your bar gigs and your pub gigs and all that. So today I want to talk about the 5 C's of retirement home gigging success. Yeah, there are 5 things that I think you need to know going into this. You'll hear me say over and over that perfection is not as important as connection. You know, the connecting part, when we connect with these residents in these retirement homes, that's the most important part. Having a perfect, flawless performance is not what they're looking for. So you want to make sure you're connecting with them, and you want to be an entertainer. So there's 5 things that I think we should all keep in mind when we do this. The first one is, of course, connection. I think it's the most important piece. You know, you want to build genuine relationships with these residents, especially when you're playing them multiple times. You keep going back because you're getting rebooked. You want to connect with them. You want them to see you as a friend and not just somebody that comes in, plays some music, and leaves. You know, so connecting with these people is, I think, the number one skill you need to develop if you don't have it already. That's going to help you immensely, because that's what they're really looking for, that connection to somebody. Number 2 is comfort. Keep the volume and the pacing of your gig. Keep it comfortable. You know, you don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too slow. You definitely don't want to be too loud. You know, a lot of these people have hearing aids, and sometimes they're real sensitive, but you don't need it that loud. You know, I'm getting ready to do a video of a day in the life of a gig, and you'll see that I use very little equipment. My speaker's only 7 pounds. You know, it's powerful enough in case you end up playing outside or something, but you don't need a lot of volume with these. So you want to keep the volume down. Much better for them to ask you to turn it up than turn it down. If they have to tell you to turn it down, you've probably already upset somebody. So start low, build it up. They'll tell you where the good level is. They'll be your sound engineers. So number 3 is consistency. You want to be consistent, meaning you want to be on time every time you're booked. You want to be that consummate professional. You want to make it easy for these activity directors to use you and hire you, and your name comes top of mind whenever they're thinking about bringing somebody in. So consistency is key. Number 4 is communication. Work well with the staff and the residents. You know, the staff in these places work very hard. They're moving at 100 miles an hour. They've got 1,000 things to do every minute. It's something to watch them do their job. It's impressive. But you want to communicate with them. You want to make their job as easy as possible. And as far as the residents go, you just want to talk to them. That's part of the connecting piece. You know, all these things I'm talking about are kind of woven into one thing. But I thought maybe if I break it down into 5 steps, it would make more sense. And the last one is community. You want to help create a shared experience through music. You want these residents to go back in their minds to a time period that is very, very happy for them. Usually with these age groups, any songs from the 50s till about the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, these are the songs and the artists of those decades that they grew up with. When they were in high school, they were getting into their bands and their music, and that's what they remember. Now, it's a good time of, most people have a good time in high school. They have good memories. And that's what you want to try to bring them back to that. So in recap, the 5 C's of retirement home gigging success: you've got connection, you've got comfort, you've got consistency, you've got communication, and you've got community. Keep those things in mind and work on them. And if you need some help, let me know. Put it in the comments. If you'd like to get my free PDF, the Retirement Home Gigging Blueprint, if you're thinking about getting into these kinds of gigs, which I hope you are, because they're just wonderful gigs to play. And if you need a blueprint, something that you can that'll lay out what you need to do, just send me an email. It's in the description, and I'll fire that right off to you. And that can at least give you an idea of what you're going to need and some of the steps you're going to need to take. So whether you're looking to do it part-time or full-time, doesn't matter. These are wonderful gigs. And I think if you keep these 5 C's of retirement home gigging success in your mind, and you refer to them here and there as you play more of these gigs, it'll become more concrete and part of your show, part of the experience, part of the entertainment you're providing. And let me tell you, once you get these 5 C's down and you've mastered that, and especially the connection, if I had to pick one, connection, boy, that's the big one. If I had to pick one, you want to be able to connect with these people, you want them to connect with you. So hope this helps in your retirement home gigging journey. And until next time, happy gigging.